season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. For a strong kick to get this one underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will... to the 25-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Turning it off! They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it could be a long game.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Finds the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Bears the pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Adams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
Play action, using his legs to buy some time. Inside the 30, and he'll slide after picking up the first down.
And that's the money down, man. Fourth down, you just have to have it somehow, some way. You're calling a pass play, you're trying to get it through the air, nothing open downfield, and he just takes over. He just tucks the ball and runs, goes and gets it. Great job, great decision-making by the quarterback on that play.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Gets it out fast. And this one will be stopped for no gain. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
Caught in the backfield, it's Young. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Fires on the move. He's got it and still on his feet. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He breaks a tackle. He's pulled down after a tough one. Gets it to the 6.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
They've held this ball forever, driven it deep. Now facing a third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he runs it and will score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown there.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. The kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Walker will fire. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Caught in the backfield, it's Young. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long... Oh, he's got some space. They'll move the chains field to the 43-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. We put one in the books. Look at our game summary. First play of the period, first down here. They'll ride the hot hand. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Walker to throw. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. Oh, a lot of space. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Keeps looking downfield. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The DBs will back off a bit. Back to pass. Makes the catch. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll try to get the first through the air. Looking for the score. Fires a ball. Now it's picked off.
Timing has to be so good. If you're throwing into zone defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Creates a little space. Makes it past the marker. Flying down the left side. The 30. He's at the touchdown, Alabama. He got it loose, and it was lights out after that.
What a big-time run. He's still running. Over 90 yards. That's one of those when you're running to the end zone, you're looking behind you, you're looking on the Jumbotron to see if anybody's going to catch him, and nobody's going to catch him on that huge touchdown run.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame has the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Walker will fire. Going over the top. Makes the grab inside the 30. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
Defense is a lot about communication. Multiple wide receivers on the same side. I got to understand if this guy's going in, this guy's coming out. Not a good job by the defense with communication there.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Looking to the big tight end. Trying to barrel in. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. On the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And the D deny them on second and goal. Marches ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish. It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Hale. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Forced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Offense working from the pistol. Might be changing the route. To the air. It's Russell. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Let's talk about Alabama. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort.
Breaks into the open. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. Last completion moved the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. On the run, it's Young. Finding an escape route. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Looking to throw on first down. Extending the play. He's going to run it. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Out of the gun to give to the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Got it in the middle. It's Young. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Another 1st down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown time!
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They march 78 yards down the field and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This one in play, 1st snap of the drive from the 25. Walker to throw. Working that left side now. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gonna let it fly. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. To the air on 1st down. He's going to fire deep. And he makes the catch inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. Trying to bowl his way in. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Waning seconds of the 1st half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Back to pass. It's Russell. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Yeah, and you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out toward the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Handoff from the gun. Running to Green. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will.
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start. They don't score.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Hill. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
With the catch, it's Hale. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot.
There he goes. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Fires to the middle. With the catch, it's Young. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Pulls it in. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Walker will fire. Oh, they're after him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another down.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's forced out of bounds, close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. You already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Tries again to get it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Notre Dame right back to the line. Wants to throw for it on third and goal. Here comes the heat. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Stopped at the 13-yard line. The return after the interception has them in business. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Buying some time. Lets it fly. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. He'll pull it down. He gets it up to the 17 before being wrestled out of bounds.
And because of the success this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Designed runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now. And this is a big...
Gonna take a shot at this DB. Pulls it in down the middle. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. They'll give it to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, second and 6.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll go right back to it. Fights off the defender. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He'll go out. At the 18-yard line.
Obviously, this quarterback is a huge part of their rushing attack, and you've seen that early in this game. He's been very, very productive running the ball. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes it's on scrambles like what you just saw. But with his speed, he makes it so difficult on a defense.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Hand off from the shotgun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Yeah, I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now. They knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more. So they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great back, and they've done a pretty good job all day.
Off the boot, looking for his man. Floating away. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Wow, you usually don't get that wide open in the end zone. If that ball comes in like that, that's a play the receiver has just got to be able to make for his team.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And here comes the field goal unit. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Not a chance. Missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Here come the Irish back on offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And these drops can be very frustrating because you know he wants the football, and he demands the football. Dak Gum, receivers a lot of times will walk in the huddle, throw me the ball. I've heard worse stories than that, worse language, but calling for the football, got to make plays, man. That's how you get more balls thrown in the direction.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Walker to throw. Going for it all. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Here comes that Alabama offense. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board. Turning it on! At the 20. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the